not easy to develop an application. There's lots of challenges, but I think we can boil them down to two. The first one is how do you actually tell the development team what you want? How do you explain to that team the functions and the look and feel and all the moving parts of any particular development that you've got in mind? I think that's challenge number one. Challenge number two is how do you actually build the team? There's so many disciplines that you need nowadays to build an application. There's so many technologies that people use, whether it's the database end of it, whether it's the business logic end of it, whether it's the user interface part of it. For every one of those three parts, there's so many different disciplines and experience and knowledge that's required to produce a good application. So I would say that's challenge number two, is how do you build the team? So the solution that we have is to use the Agile methodology and look at an application in 2 or 3 week sprints. And you build the application in a number of 2 or 3 week sprints, and therefore you only need to define what you need for a 2 or 3 week sprint, which makes it a lot easier to tell the developers what you want to achieve in that short period of time. And you use each one of those 2-3 week sprints as a building block for the next sprint until at some point in time you have a complete application. And one of the huge advantages of this is that for each 2 or 3 week sprint, if you're using a team like ours, is that you only need to have the people in that team for that 2 or 3 week sprint for what you need for that specific sprint. So if you only need 2 disciplines for that particular sprint, you only need 2 people with that experience and knowledge, and that's all you need to pay for. Whereas if you have another sprint which requires more expertise in other different areas, then you pay for them at that point in time. You don't need to have the team in place constantly throughout the entire development.